Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another week of What's for Dinner. If you're new here, hello and welcome. I am Taylor. I'm a stay-at-home mom of 2 and I share weekly What's for Dinner videos to give you some dinner ideas and to motivate you to cook more for your family. So if you like these kinds of videos, I hope that you will subscribe down below so you can come back and see my future videos. As always, any links that I mention will be linked down below. Now let's go ahead and get into this week's What's for Dinner. It is Friday night, and tonight for dinner we are having a family favorite. If you have been here a while, you have seen this many times. It has its own video, but I am going to be showing me making it in today's video. It's taco spaghetti. So if you want to screenshot this, you can. I will also leave the video linked down below and probably list this out down there as well. It's pretty simple and delicious. I have started off by cooking these noodles, some spaghetti noodles. It's a 16-ounce box and the water is salted, and I'm going to cook them just until they're al dente. I don't want to like overcook them because they are going to be going in the oven. And then over here I am browning 1 pound of ground beef, and I have on the recipe that you use one packet of taco seasoning. I probably do a little bit more because I do add some to the ground beef while browning it. That's not necessary. When I originally made it and I wasn't buying taco seasoning in bulk, I was just adding the taco seasoning packet later. But I find that it tastes really good with a little bit of taco seasoning on the meat as it cooks. So that's going to brown up, and then once it is browned, I will add in some sour cream, a can of basically Rotel. This is the Aldi brand. If you don't have this, you could also just use salsa. I've done that before. And enchilada sauce. And you don't need this whole can. You really only need like a 10-ounce can. This is a 28-ounce can, so I'll do almost half of it, not quite half, and then I will freeze the rest, because you can freeze this. I'll freeze the rest for taco spaghetti in the future. And then I have some basically Velveeta. I'm not going to use this whole thing. I've already actually used some of it. I used about 8 ounces, and so I'm going to divide that in 3 and use about 16 ounces of it. You could also use the Velveeta that comes like in the little like liquid form that they have like for mac and cheese. You can buy those individually, and you use like 2 in this recipe if you want to do that. I have done that in the past. I also want to try it soon with the like nacho cheese that I have in the freezer, the Rico's nacho cheese. But I didn't think ahead enough to do that today, so I'm not doing that today. But I'm going to cube up 16 ounces of that, as I said. And then once that beef is browned, we'll add in all of that along with about 2 tablespoons of taco seasoning, and just heat that through until all the Velveeta is melted. And then I'll come back and show you what we do next. Okay, I've got my cooked noodles here in this dish, and real life, gonna keep it 100% real with you guys. This is not the dish I usually use. I usually use my 9x13, but you know what? When I went to get it, I realized it's been in the fridge for like 5 days, and there's like 1 serving of leftovers in it that needs to be thrown away, and I did not feel like doing it. So I just said it'll fit in here, so we're gonna make it fit in here. Hopefully fits in here. I think I've made it in here before, so it should fit. I'm going to pour my sauce over my noodles, get it all stirred up nicely. Usually I use my tongs to do that. helps kind of do it a little bit better. I've got a little bit of cheese. I'm going to use cheddar. You could use Mexican, whatever you want to use. I'm going to sprinkle that on top. And then this is going to go in my oven at 350 for about 30 minutes. And then I will broil it for like 2 to 3 minutes to get the top nice and browned. Okay, here is the taco spaghetti once it comes out of the oven. It is super hot, so I'm gonna let it cool for just a little bit, and then this will be dinner. You can top it with sour cream, some more salsa, avocado, whatever you want. We usually don't put anything on it the first night we eat it, but we usually, with leftovers, put a little bit more salsa on it, because the noodles can dry out a little bit with the leftovers. But yeah, that is going to be our dinner for Friday. It is Saturday and it's only the second day of the meal plan, but I already didn't want to make something from the meal plan. So we go to our backup, and that is always grilled cheese and tomato soup. We always have the stuff for this on hand. This is our favorite soup, the hearty tomato from Progresso. Highly recommend it if you haven't already tried it before. We love it. And then we just have grilled cheese. The kids wanted ham on there, so they have a little bit of cheddar, a little bit of ham, and a little bit of American cheese. We like to do 2 kinds of cheese usually, so that's theirs. And then on mine, I did not want ham, but I did the like aged white cheddar from Aldi, as well as like some sharp cheddar. And yeah, and then I've got my tomato soup. And then when Andy gets home later, he'll have the same thing, but he is currently still at work and won't be home for a while. So that is going to be our dinner for Saturday. It is Sunday night, and tonight for dinner we're having burgers. I've shown this before, so I didn't really record me making them. They're still cooking. I wanted to share how I make my bacon in the oven. It's already done. It's sitting over here. I just take the whole pack of bacon and squeeze it onto the biggest baking sheet that I have, and I line it with parchment paper, and I put it in a cold oven and cook it on 400 degrees for about 20 minutes. It just depends on how you like it. We like ours kind of crispy, so usually it ends up being about 20 minutes. But I do it on parchment paper because it's easy cleanup. Like literally nothing gets on the pan underneath, so I love that. And then I just pour the grease that is on there into something. I strain it with my little strainer so I get out any chunks of grease, and then I can add this to my jar of bacon grease that I keep in the fridge for cooking. I actually use some to cook the burgers. But yeah, that's a little tip. I will show you our plates in just a minute. Okay, dinner is done. Here are the kids. They just have bacon and cheese on their burgers. They don't do anything else. And so Lily has some tomatoes on the side, Elijah has a pickle on the side, and they'll probably also each have some ketchup for their fries. These are seasoned fries from Aldi, and that's for Andy. His burger's still over there. Plenty of bacon back here for him to put whatever he wants on his burger. For me, I'm not having any fries. This burger is massive. I have ketchup and mustard on the bottom, burger, cheddar cheese, bacon, lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise, and then some Claussen sandwich slices on the side because I don't like them on my burger. I like them on the side. And that is going to be our dinner for Sunday. It is Monday night, and tonight for dinner I am making tuna casserole. I've shared this in the past, but it's so easy. I'm just going to show it to you guys again. I also wrote it out on a recipe card, so if you're interested in that, you can screenshot it if you want to. I have 8 ounces of egg noodles here. I cook them for about half the time that the bag says. The bag says 9 minutes on the ones that I buy. These are the ones from Dollar Tree. I cooked it for 4 minutes. I don't want them to get like super mushy in the oven because it is going to go in the oven. So just until they're soft and bendable, and then they won't get overcooked. And then I have 2 cans of tuna drained. I have a can of cream of chicken, and then I'm going to fill this up halfway with some milk. And then I need some salt and pepper. That's just going to be to taste. And then some cheddar cheese. You could really do whatever cheese you want, but we do cheddar. And I do a cup mixed in with the noodles, and then I sprinkle a cup of cheese on top. And then this goes in my 350-degree oven for about 30 minutes. And usually I broil it at the end for like 1 or 2 minutes. And that's it. Super easy. We don't like anything else mixed into it. But we will do a can of peas on the side. I know some people add peas into it. We are not a fan of that. So we skip that part and just do peas on the side. Okay, and here are our plates. As I said, we just got a can of peas on the side, and I put salt and pepper, garlic powder, and butter in those. But that is going to be our dinner for Monday night. It is Tuesday, and tonight for dinner I am making 1 pot lemon herb chicken and rice. And I have made this before. It's been a little while, but I will list out the recipe down below for you guys. I'm starting off by heating up 1 tablespoon of olive oil and 1 tablespoon of butter, and I'm just going to let that melt, and I'm going to use that to brown my chicken. I like to do 2 chicken breasts. They're usually pretty thick, and so I usually slice them in half horizontally to make them thin. This one is not too thick today, so I'm just going to leave that one as is. And then like one side of this breast was really thick and the other side wasn't, so I like cut off the end piece. That'll be in 1 piece, and then I cut this one in half horizontally, so that's why our pieces of chicken look kind of funny. I'm going to season them all over with some Italian seasoning and some salt and pepper, and then I'm just going to throw those in my skillet and brown them on either side for about 2 minutes. Okay, the chicken is browned on either side, so now I'm removing it from the pan. It's going to be kind of loud. I'm going to be adding in 1 cup of white rice, 2 1/4 cups of broth, but I'm doing water, and then I'm going to add in some of the Enmore chicken bouillon. I'm going to do like 2 1/4 teaspoons of that, because 1 teaspoon is about a cup. So for 2 1/4 cups, you would do 2 1/4 teaspoons. But I just kind of eyeball that 1/4 teaspoon. And then gonna do some Italian seasoning, about a teaspoon of the Italian seasoning. And then the juice of 1 lemon, or I've even done like bottled lemon juice. And when I do that, it's about 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. And then I'm gonna give that a stir and place my chicken on top. And then I'm gonna cover this and let it simmer on like medium low for 20 to 25 minutes. This is really, really easy. And the chicken did not have to be cooked all the way through. As you can tell, it's not going to cook all the way through. Just browning it. It will continue to cook while the rice simmers, and then you won't have like overcooked chicken. Okay, I checked this at 20 minutes and the rice wasn't quite tender, so I gave it another 5 minutes, so 25 total. And now I'm going to turn this off and just let it sit for a few minutes and let some of that liquid get absorbed. I'm going to leave it like this without the lid on. And yeah, we'll eat in just a few minutes. Okay, here is our dinner. We like to have this with a can of green beans, and I just season those with a little bit of badia, a little bit of chicken bouillon, a little bit of butter, salt, pepper, and garlic powder. And yeah, this is a pretty quick and simple to put together meal. So just cut up our chicken, put it over the rice, and got our green beans on the side. And that will be dinner for Tuesday. So Lily wanted to help cook tonight. It is Wednesday. Yes, it's Wednesday night, and we are having lasagna. So she is currently browning up some ground beef, and we are going to season it with some onion powder, garlic powder, and some Italian seasoning. And then I pulled out, or Lily pulled out, this jar of spaghetti sauce earlier today out of the freezer. We made that, so we'll add that in as well. I've shared how we make lasagna in the past, but I will have everything listed out down below. Once that's done, we're just going to basically layer everything. We've got these oven ready lasagna noodles from Aldi, but they don't have to be oven ready. You can put any lasagna noodles straight into the oven without boiling them. You just need to make sure you have enough sauce to completely cover the noodles so that they will cook properly. So we're going to use those. We've got some Parmesan cheese, mozzarella cheese. I'm going to shred some more mozzarella cheese. And then I like to use I like to use cottage cheese instead of ricotta cheese. So we're just going to layer everything and then bake this on 375 for about an hour.
I know it's nothing new, but it's so good to see you. We do this every day, and I'm still so amazed by you. So hold me tight through the night. It's just us two, me and you. Oh, oh, I can't believe you love me. Oh, oh, I just feel so lucky. Oh, oh, still can't believe you love me. I hope it never ends. Let's be more than friends. Yeah. You know I'm here to stay every single day. Yeah. So hold me tight through the night. It's just us two, me and you. Oh, oh, I can't believe you love me. Oh, I just feel so lucky. Oh,
lasagna is done. Here is what is left in the pan. Plenty for us to have more or for leftovers tomorrow. Likely this will be our lunch tomorrow because I'm going grocery shopping and then I just won't have to come home and cook lunch. So this is Andy's. He's got a little salad with the Aldi version of the Olive Garden dressing, some Parmesan cheese and tomatoes, and then I have cucumbers, tomatoes, ranch, Parmesan cheese, and everything but the bagel seasoning on my little salad. Lily doesn't like salad, so she just got cucumbers, sweet peppers. Oh, that's one of Elijah's. She doesn't like that one. And tomatoes. And then he's got a little salad, no tomatoes. It's like mine with ranch, cucumbers, everything but the bagel seasoning, a little bit of Parmesan, and then he's got some carrots and peppers on the side as well. And that is going to be dinner for Wednesday. For Thursday night's dinner, I made a new recipe for chicken noodle soup. I do have a recipe that I absolutely love and I make in the Instant Pot, but this time I wanted to use a different kind of noodles and I didn't know how well they would do in the Instant Pot, so I decided to try a new stovetop recipe. I started off by melting 2 tablespoons of butter in a deep pot, and when that was melted, I added in 1 cup of carrots, 1 cup of celery, and 3/4 of a cup of onions, all of that pretty thinly sliced. And I just cooked that for about 10 minutes until they started to be tender. Next, I added in about a tablespoon of minced garlic. It might have been a little bit more, we really, really like garlic, and I just let that cook for about a minute. And then I added in 8 cups of water, or you could do chicken broth. I chose to do 8 cups of water and 8 teaspoons of the Knorr chicken bouillon. And then I did half a teaspoon of thyme, half a teaspoon of oregano, some bay leaves, and some pepper. My bay leaves are tiny. You could do 1 if you had some bigger ones, but mine were tiny, so I threw 3 of them in there. And then I brought that to a boil, and once it was boiling, I let it cook for about 5 minutes. Then I reduced my heat to a medium and added in my egg noodles. These were some ribbon cut egg noodles from Aldi. They were kind of fancy and they were what inspired me to make some chicken noodle soup again. They just looked like they would be really good in soup, and I was right. They were really, really good in this soup. And I used about half of this bag, which ended up being 4 cups of egg noodles. And I simmered that for about 5 minutes until the noodles were halfway cooked through. And then once the noodles were cooked about halfway, as I said, for about 5 minutes, I added in my chicken and some parsley, and then I just cooked that to warm up the chicken and to finish cooking off the noodles. You could use any kind of chicken you want, like a shredded rotisserie chicken, some leftover chicken. I actually cooked 2 chicken breasts in the air fryer and then just diced it up. I didn't use both breasts. I only did about 2 cups of chicken. And then once the noodles were done, this was ready to serve. As always, we like to eat this with Cheez-Its. It's our favorite thing to eat with chicken noodle soup. I love that this was a pretty fast recipe for chicken noodle soup, and it was super delicious. And that is going to be it for this week's What's for Dinner. As always, I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments down below if you plan on trying any of these recipes. I'm always interested to see if I'm actually cooking stuff that you guys would like. So let me know down below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye!